Hey guys, Chris here. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. Today's video, we're going to talk about forward-facing sonar and Livescope. Pretty controversial topic, but I promise you this isn't your traditional clickbait. Is this good for the fishery? Should it be banned? Should it be illegal? I just want to talk about everything that I've learned using forward-facing technology in the last 2 years. So I grew up in technology, really. Early 2000s, side imaging came out, followed by down imaging. You had insane advancements in map chips and mapping capabilities, which frankly I think is probably the absolute number one best piece of technology you can have on your boat. I've caught countless fish because I can sit on my couch or sit in the garage like I am right now, look at a map chip, see spots on topographic maps, run to those spots and catch fish off of them. So when I first got forward-facing sonar, my fishing actually went super bad downhill. I was catching less fish than I even normally would catch without it. And I think that's because I was super dedicated and fixated on learning the technology, and I wouldn't fish off instincts as well. Now, once I figured out the sonar to an extent, right, first 3-4 months using it, started to get the hang of it, that's when I finally saw an uptick in the amount of fish I was catching. And I wouldn't say that all the fish I'm catching are because of forward-facing sonar, Here and there, I would be able to actually pick up my bait, see a fish, cast to it. It takes a long time to really get the hang of. I think the most underutilized way to use the technology is to actually use it up shallow. I don't do a ton of largemouth fishing. I did a fair amount this year, and even when I was fishing 4, 5, 6 feet of water, I'd have my Livescope down and I'd be using it not to look for my bait, not to look for fish, but to be able to put my boat right on the edge of a weed line and make precise casts. Same thing applies fishing smallmouth on the Great Lakes. If you fish smallmouth before, sometimes they sit so tight to the bottom, it doesn't matter what electronics you have, you're not detecting those fish. So to be able to, in real time, see a boulder, see a sand spot, and place a cast right to those areas, I was able to pick up some more bites. And a lot of times I never saw the fish on forward-facing sonar at all. The biggest thing I think it helped me learn is fish behavior. Just seeing how fish set up in certain conditions. So for example, in my home water, if it's a sunny, slick, calm day, those fish will actually get higher up in the water column. If it's cloudy or it's a rough day and there's a lot of lake currents moving around, those fish will be belly to the bottom, foot within the bottom. They move around a lot more than you'd think. And with something like that, I can adjust the length of my drop shot leader from 10 inches to 18 inches or 6 inches, 24 inches. Just day by day, I'm able to cater to the fish better. Now, you can see bait balls and you can see how bass will actually sit underneath them, how they'll run through the bait, how far down stuff is. It really does unlock a lot of secrets and take some of the mystery out of it. Those suspended fish that everybody's been seeing on the internet caught all year are really an untargeted fish. But it also applies, I think, when eating other forages. So, like I said, my home water, which is Lake Michigan, we have a lot of gobies, goby eating fish, crayfish eating fish. That sounded funny. And you can actually watch these fish feed sometimes right on the bottom. If you have your forward range dialed back enough where you can pick up a lot of detail, you can see those fish's head. You can see them tip and go down to bottom, snatch a goby off a rock, snatch a crayfish off a rock. It's super awesome. One of the more frustrating parts of Livescope is how many fish will follow a bait. I think bass by nature are super curious. Fish don't have thumbs. The only way they can really identify stuff or look at stuff is 1, with their eyes, or 2, see if it's edible. If I were to say there's any cons to the technology, it's 1, getting too fixated on your screen. I'm still guilty of this at times where I'll be broken neck staring into this thing all day long, out deep, and that takes away opportunities for me. You lose some of that nature sense, right? A fish busted 50 feet to my left, or there's bass running alewife up on the surface, and you don't notice stuff like that when you're face down looking at a graph all day. In conclusion, I would definitely say it's an incredible tool. It can help you catch a lot more fish, but you got to know when to use it, when not to use it, and when you just got to, most times people would say put your head down and grind, but in this case, pick your head back up and grind. And just not stare into that screen so much. Like I said, 2 seasons I've had it now, roughly. This is my second full season, and I'm sure I've got a ton more to learn, but so far it's really been an incredible tool in helping me put more fish in the boat. I hate to ask for likes or your subscription, but out of all my views, only 9% of my viewers are subscribed to this channel. If you're still watching this video at this point, I'm guessing I piqued your interest here a little bit. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. Until the next one, guys, thank you for watching.